I think we both said that the Tommy Richman album Coyote we hold in high regard. I was listening to that over the weekend as well. Just truly enjoying that, bro. I love that song, Give It All, by the way, bro. I was talking to Gina with like a glass of wine in my hand, and she was like talking about something, but the song was playing, and I was like dozing off. And I literally said out loud, I'm like, bro, I fucking love this song. Like, I just had to like convey that emotion, bro. So love the album. I know you did as well. I think he is getting some backlash, and, jump in if I had this wrong, but I think he's getting backlash because he made his audience or just the general public aware in a statement that, hey, this isn't a hip hop album. And I think that some of the backlash is like, one, what's the need for the comment? And then two, well, let us determine what it is or isn't, kind of a thing, right? So is that pretty accurate?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts in general with that comment itself?
I think my first reaction was like, I understand it, because especially after listening to the album, like nothing about the album screams hip hop to me, but I understand why people are upset. And I think it's because his introduction to the world on TikTok with the $1 Million Baby song, especially the aesthetics and everything else, just felt very hip hop. And you can listen to that track and say to yourself, like, as a marketer, I know this is going to appeal very well with the hip hop fan base.
Yeah.
And I think we almost within hip hop, we have this like PTSD with white artists coming in, using our sound and aesthetics, and then just immediately jumping to fucking rock or pop or what have you, country, and then just completely disregarding hip hop as some like little kid genre that real musicians don't use. But at the same time, like, if an artist like him does claim hip hop, I feel like there's also going to be criticism of like, yo, that's not real hip hop. You're not spitting bars, this and that. So I don't know. It kind of reminded me of like racial conversations. Like if a biracial person or like a black looking Latino is like, no, I'm not black, I'm whatever. And then some people might
I'm
think,
Dominican. I'm Dominican
for us. Right. But then on the flip side, someone like that might be like, oh, I'm black, and they don't really look black, and you're like, you're not really black. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Eat collard greens and shit. So I think it goes both ways. I don't know why he volunteered this comment. Maybe he was trying to get ahead of it, but at least for me, I never saw him as like a rapper or a hip hop artist. I just saw him as like a groovy, like funk artist. I didn't really care, to be honest, what his genre was. I was just like, he's dope and unique, and that's where my mind ended.
Agreed. I think, so same. I think my confusion is just with the need to make the comment itself, and I don't have the full context. I don't know if you have it. It didn't seem, though, that he was asked a direct question, though, right?
No.
It felt like this was just like given information. Hey, by the way, this is not a hip hop album, kind of a thing. Which, again, dude, I would push back, even though listening through it, I agree. Like, this is more of like a soulful, jazzy funk vibe. But, bro, there's also moments where he's rapping. I think we can agree with that. There's also a couple songs where he has rappers on it. So I think the main reason why he wanted to say that statement, bro, is because, yes, if he says it's a hip hop album, or if they say it's a hip hop album, he's going to be criticized as a rapper, right? Which obviously he's not. But it's just odd, bro, because there's clearly hip hop elements on this, bro. Like even the soulful, funky songs have like a certain drum cadence that you're like, bro, this is at its core, it's hip hop, right? Like maybe it's not a rap song, but there's hip hop here, right? And I think you can say that about any pop artist now, right? I think this week, this is the first time there's no hip hop song on the top 10 on billboards. Okay, but Tipsy is a hip hop song at its core, right? But it might just be in the country genre, right? So I don't know why the need for him to draw a hard line in the sand when it seems at this point in time, everyone's fucking with you. So why you would want to alienate a certain fan base that may have embraced you, bro, especially like when your true introduction to us was prior to $1 Million Baby, which again, I agree with all your points about that song is a very hip hop folk. It seems like a very hip hop rapish song. the only other times I ever heard him was like with Brett Fayez, which again is a R&B artist, but you wouldn't say he wasn't hip hop, right? I think like I don't know, I get confused with like, yo, isn't hip hop just like a cultural thing and not like a genre?
I think it's like so broad. That's why it's weird. Like hip hop could just be like the fucking aesthetic and vibe you get.
Correct. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Cause like, I do think this is a hip hop album. Like there's pockets of it that remind me of hip hop elements. I wouldn't label this a rap album by any means. So maybe if he would have chose those words better, but yeah, it was just weird, bro. Because again, if you listen to the album, no one's thinking he's a rapper, right? Even though there's moments that he's rapping, but to say it's not a hip hop album, I just think that seems like a poor PR move when like you're going to alienate a fan base that one embraced you from the jump, and then maybe other people who kind of went to you for aspects of hip hop that they like, that you were kind of a bridge for them. It's like, I don't know. It just seems odd, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I did see a follow-up tweet. He said, to clarify, he's not solely hip hop and he just doesn't want to be boxed in. He'll probably never say this publicly, but I feel like there's just, unfortunately, especially nowadays, hip hop has such a stigma because it's so easy to tap into. Like, name any fucking YouTuber who's popular. They probably have some corny rap song about whatever, sound like overproduced, like sounds radio ready, and they probably spent fucking 8 minutes on it with the writer. And like, even for myself, like I kind of cringe at the word like, oh, I'm a rapper or whatever. Like I tell people I make music or I'm an artist or whatever, but I think rapper just does kind of have this negative connotation to it because it doesn't generally sound like a respectable art that requires talent to a lot of people. And I feel like he's afraid of having his accomplishments like diminished in some way, or his status, being diminished. So I feel like deep down subconsciously, like that's what he's trying to avoid.
Yeah, because I think you're right. I think with the rapper thing, it's almost like a sense of like grow up. Right, like this is a child.
A rapper, like
anyone can make a rap, right? Anyone can. We all freestyle in kindergarten or some stupid shit. No, I get what you're saying. But yeah, I just don't think the comment was necessary. That's the thing, and I think it also, why would you want to alienate a fan base that clearly fucks with you?
Right.
That's the weird thing, right? It'd be one thing if like they're like essentially like Macklemore, right? Macklemore had hits. But like hip hop fans are like, we're good, bro. Like, we don't want you. Whereas with this one, it's like hip hop fans are fucking with you heavy, right? I think when people heard $1 Million Baby, they were shocked you were white. So even when they found out you were white, they were trying to embrace you even more. Like, look at this fucking soulful ass white boy. So that part seems odd when this fan base seems to really be riding with you. Like, why would you want to kind of give them a little bit of a Heisman, arm, when you can just, ride the fucking wave right now, which again, I feel like from what I've been seeing has been a very positive reaction to what this album is.